Up till now, we have been discussing theoretical part of statistics class 11. From now onwards, we will be discussing practical part of statistics. Practical are very important in statistics and they carry a lot of marks. More than 50% marks are given to the practicals. Hello and welcome friends. The topic we are going to discuss today is measures of central tendency or measures of averages as we commonly call it. The measures of central tendency is a way of summarizing data in a single value in such a way that the single value can represent the entire data. For example, 5 students get marks out of 10, 3, 5, 4, 8, 10. We take out single value or average of these marks. 3 plus 5 plus 4 plus 8 plus 10 upon 5, because there are 5 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the value we get is 6. 6 is the single value. We know what central tendency is. Now we will discuss functions of averages. Averages facilitate comparisons. They represent huge mass of data in a summarized manner. They are helpful information of policies. Requirements of good averages. It should be rigidly defined. It should be based on observation of series. It should be easy to calculate and simple to follow. Should be capable of further algebraical treatment. It should be based on homogeneous and uniform items. And last, should not be affected by fluctuations. So these are the main requirements of good averages. Now we are going to do commonly used measures of central tendency. The commonly used measures of central tendency are mean, median, mode. Now mean is denoted by x bar. Further, it is divided into arithmetic mean denoted by x bar and weighted mean denoted by x bar w. Median is denoted by m. Mode is denoted by z. What we are going to discuss in this video is mean. To calculate mean, we use 3 methods. Assume mean. First method is direct method. Second method is shortcut method or assume mean method. Third method is step deviation method. Data is classified into individual series, discrete series, continuous series. Continuous series further divided into exclusive series, inclusive series, mid-value series and open-ended series. This we have done already in the previous chapter. Now, we are going to concentrate on individual series in this video. What is individual series? Individual series is a series in which items are listed singly, that is, each item is given a separate value. Formula: assume mean is equal to sigma x upon n. Direct method is used with less items and also figures are small. Example of direct method. Marks of 10 students are given here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are the students, that is denoted by N. And the marks are 50, 55, 60, 45, 25, 35, 40, 45, 15, 30. We plus all this because sigma means sum of all the numbers. So we plus all this and upon number are the items over here. So 10 number, that is the students here are 10 students. That is the number. When we plus it, we get 400 upon 10. So the mean is 40. Now next we will do shortcut method or assumed mean method with the same figures. Now we will solve the problem by the second method, that is shortcut method or assumed mean method. Remember, shortcut method is used when there are large numbers of observations. This we will do in 2 steps. I have taken the same numbers as the direct method. Here, first we will apply the formula of finding out deviation. D is deviation denoted by D, A is assumed mean. D is equal to X minus A. Now from here we will take any number as assumed mean. I have taken 35, but you can take any number, first number, second, last or whatever. I have taken 35 as assumed mean. Our formula of D is equal to X minus A. So our assumed mean is 35. First we will take 50 minus 35, we get plus 15. Second we get 55 minus 35, 20 and so on. 25, 10, minus 10, 0, plus 5, plus 10, minus 20, minus 5. Again we have done the same thing. We have minus X from assumed mean. X is this, these are the numbers which are X, and we have minus it from the assumed mean which we have taken. So now we plus all these numbers. The plus numbers are 15, 20, 25, 10, 5, 10, that comes to 85. And the minus numbers are minus 10, minus 20, minus 5 comes to minus 35. And what answer we get is 50. So our D is 50. Again we will put the formula for shortcut method. Note the formula. X bar, that is assumed mean, is equal to A is assumed mean, plus sigma D, D is the deviation, N is the number of observations. Here our assumed mean is 35 plus sigma D is 50. Sigma means sum of all these numbers upon N are 10 items. So N is 10. What we get is 40. So the assumed mean is 40. Now you will note that assumed mean does not change with the same numbers. In direct method also we got 40, and in shortcut method also we got X bar as 40. Now we will do the last method. The third method is step deviation method. In this method, deviation from the mean are divided by a common factor C to get step deviation. Then these step deviation are used to calculate arithmetic mean. We already know how to calculate the common factor. So now we have taken the same numbers in all the three cases. So after that we get, now first we will do the formula. X bar is equal to A plus sigma D dash upon N into C. Here A is assumed mean, D is the formula we have already done, X minus A, D dash is X minus A upon C. Now we will solve this problem. Here we know the common factor is 5. We already know how to take out the common factor. So here the common factor is 5. So the D dash will be 15 upon 5, that is 3. Second, it will be 20 upon 5, it will be 4, and so on. 3, 4, 5, 2, minus 2, 0, 1, 2, minus 4, minus 1 are the numbers we get for the 10 items. So, sigma D dash is equal to 10. When we have calculated this, it comes to 10. Like 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 2 plus 1 minus 2 minus 4 minus 1. So the answer you get is 10. Now again we apply the formula, D dash formula, X minus A upon C. Now mean, over here the formula is A plus sigma D dash upon N into C. Here assumed mean is 35 plus D dash is 10, number of items is 10 and multiplied by common factor which is 5. We get 40. X bar is 40. You will notice that by all these three methods, if the figures are the same, you will get same mean. There will be no change in the mean. You have to be very careful in calculation. Actually, whatever mistakes you make in calculations, you will not get any marks. Your whole problem will not get you any marks. So, you have to be very, very sure about the calculations. We have finished this chapter. I hope the concept is clear to you. I have given you the formulas also, and you just practice the formulas and practice as many problems as you can. Thanks for watching my video. Have a good day. Stay safe. Meet you in the next video.